All right, guys, so the pendulum has swung the other way. Yes, the pendulum swung the other way as cancel culture has struck the left. Okay, they've become victims of the very thing that they either flat out endorse and say, oh, no, this is okay. It's not cancel culture, it's consequence culture, right? Or they just deny it, right? And they say, no, this doesn't exist. Cancel culture is simply just a right-wing talking point. It does not exist. Right. However, again, cancel culture has come after one of their own, right? And this time it has come after the View's Whoopi Goldberg for the comments that she made about the Holocaust, I believe a couple days ago, maybe last week or something like that, that were incredibly ignorant, okay? And the ABC producers, and because some people also inside of the company as well too didn't like what she said and thought it was insensitive to Jews, they decided that she needed a timeout. Now, I did not cover this situation when it first happened because all last week I felt like I've been talking about The View a lot. So I was like, I don't want to just keep talking about The View every day, right? But they made a lot of comments on their show last week that really should be discussed and talked about, okay? Because they say a whole lot of ignorant things, okay? It really blows my mind that these women are allowed on TV to say the things they say and being paid millions of dollars. But we're going to get into that. But before, I just want to remind you guys, being on the right, I face my own cancel culture all the time, right? Specifically from big tech. So if you guys want to support my platform, if you want to support what I do, the link's in the description, so you can support the PayPal, you can support the Patreon, you can support the merch. That is what you can do if you want to support this channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and replay some of the clips of Whoopi Goldberg and the things that she said that led to her getting into hot water. Roll the clip.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
No, it's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy. It's about
but
going
it's
after
not. It's
Jews
not about
and
race.
gypsies
But these are two
Romas.
white groups of people.
Well, they go after black
They
people
do see
too.
them as white
And they
people.
go
But you're
after
missing the point.
homosexuals.
You're missing the point. The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other.
All right, guys, so you seen that, you heard that, right? Obviously, those comments, at the very, very least, are incredibly ignorant, right? And she faced a whole lot of backlash for these comments. So much so that she went on Steve Colbert's show to try to basically explain what she was trying to say, and then also issued a apology on The View as well to kind of explain what she meant to say. Take a look.
On our show, I misspoke, and I tweeted about it last night, but I kind of want you to hear it from me directly. I said something that I feel a responsibility for not leaving unexamined, because my words upset so many people, which was never my intention. And I understand why now. And for that, I am deeply, deeply grateful, because the information I got was really helpful and helped me understand some different things. And while discussing how a Tennessee school board unanimously voted to remove a graphic novel about the Holocaust, I said that the Holocaust wasn't about race, and it was instead about man's inhumanity to man. But it is indeed about race, because Hitler and the Nazis considered Jews to be an inferior race. Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand corrected. I also stand with the Jewish people, as they know, and y'all know, because I've always done that.
All right, so you seen that, you heard that. That is Whoopi's apology, her explaining, to her viewers how ignorant she was in regards to her comments and the things that she said. Now, apparently, again, to the producers of ABC and the people running that company, they weren't cool with that. That was not enough for them. They felt that Whoopi must be punished, okay? And because of that, they have, in fact, suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks. So Whoopi Goldberg is going to be off The View for 2 weeks over those comments that she made about the Holocaust. And allegedly, the co-hosts of The View are reportedly furious over this suspension, right? They're furious. They're mad about it. Okay, they're mad about this, okay? But apparently they had a slightly different take on cancel culture just 7 months ago. Take a look.
Some people can go overboard, but there's also such a thing as responsibility, consequences, and accountability. And we have the right to condemn, use our pocketbooks, protest any way we want against people who we think are being cruel. If there is a woman selling Stars of David, minimizing the Holocaust in Nashville, Tennessee, in her hat store, like there was a woman doing, that's made, mocked the Star of David and put not vaccinated, it is my right to say, lady, this is wrong, and we should be boycotting you. And so I think there is a balance, and he strikes that balance, and he recognizes that, yes, you can go overboard, but there's also such a thing as accountability.
Sonny, do you think cancel culture has become a catch-all term that people have weaponized in some cases?
Oh, I think there's no question about it. Cancel culture, that term, has been used repeatedly on the right to sort of absolve people of bad behavior. It used to be political correctness, and now that term has been morphed and weaponized into cancel culture. So when people now are doing things that are wholly inappropriate, they are saying, oh my goodness, I'm the victim, I'm being canceled. And that's just not accurate. And I agree with Anna, this term cancel culture, because it's being weaponized, it shouldn't be cancel culture. I've often said it should be consequence culture. There are consequences to discriminatory behavior. There are consequences to behavior that is just unacceptable. And
yeah, guys, so, according to The View, at least 7 months ago, cancel culture, that's just like a right-wing rallying cry, right? It's more consequences, okay? You can't say insensitive things like, what Whoopi Goldberg arguably said about the Holocaust and not be punished for it. According to Anna Navarro, she literally just used an example that was somewhat similar to the situation that Whoopi's in, okay? Somewhat similar, right? So again, according to her own logic, I don't know why she's up here trying to defend Whoopi. Same thing with Sunny Holston. Hey, some people say some things, they do some things that, hey, they just deserve consequences, right? Again, according to them, this is cool when it's been done to people on the right. But when it's been done to them, now it's a problem. And it's not just these people saying it. You also have the mainstream liberal media coming into the defense of Whoopi and saying that, hey, cancel culture is going too far.
Well, nuanced discussions are really important to have, and some of the best nuanced discussions come out of mistakes like this, where there's so much learning that could be had. So this is something that is just going to start getting ridiculous. I mean, if Whoopi Goldberg is canceled, that would be the end of this all. This cancel culture is getting so out of hand. There are so many positives, Joe, that could happen out of this mistake. And instead, I feel like it's headed in the wrong direction.
Well, I think in this moment, we need to think about intent. Because as I am, honestly, and this is in real time, as I am interviewing you, I have people texting me, Jewish friends texting me. One of them is saying, censorship at its finest. I understood what she was trying to say. It was clumsy, but I don't think it was malevolent. What do you say to that?
Well, I don't know who your friend is, and I don't know exactly what the context of the tweet is, but let me just say this. We sometimes have people in public places who can say clumsy things about race or faith or gender. I don't believe in cancel culture. I like the phrase that my friend Nick Cannon uses. We need counsel culture. We shouldn't cancel Whoopi because she made a mistake.
Guys, I find it to be incredibly fascinating how all of a sudden, right, now that one of the left's own is getting canceled from their own beast, now all of a sudden it's too much, right? This is too much. You're going too far with it. Okay, this same guy that was on Don Lemon's show is with the Anti-Defamation League. The same organization that has repeatedly tried to cancel Tucker Carlson. Repeatedly. Okay? Because of the things that he says on Fox News they don't like. Again, it's fascinating how Tucker Carlson doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. Joe Rogan doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. People on the right never get the benefit of the doubt. There is not a nuanced conversation about, well, what were they actually trying to say? They don't ever have a nuanced conversation about that. But when it comes to Whoopi, though, it's like, well, no, you got to understand. There's nuance here, right? This is what she actually was trying to say, okay? But again, people on the right, they never get that benefit. These same two networks, CNN and MSNBC, are now crying about how cancel culture has gone too far because of Whoopi. But on a day-to-day basis, they advocate for cancel culture against people that they don't like on the right, right? Or people that, say things about the pandemic that they don't like, okay? Again, I find it funny how that works. Okay? The double standard here from the left in regards to cancel culture. Now, my opinions on the whole Whoopi thing, okay? Here's the thing. I want to be clear. What Whoopi said was incredibly ignorant. It was incredibly ignorant. It's not something I would have ever said, okay? However, it came from a place of ignorance. It did not come from a place of hate, in my opinion, right? I think what she was confused about or ignorant on is she was conflating skin color and race. She thinks that skin color and race are the same thing, and that's not true. And I think that's why she said what she said, okay? And I don't think that people should be punished because they're ignorant. They should be educated on their ignorance, but they should be punished, right? So that's a principled perspective in the sense that, yes, I do agree with these people that, Whoopi shouldn't be punished. But the reason why I agree that she shouldn't be punished is because I stand on the principles of not wanting to punish people for their free speech. Okay, especially on a show where, your job is to give your opinion, right? That's your job. Okay, it's one thing for you to lose your job because nobody wants to listen to your opinion. Like Joy Reid allegedly might lose her job because, of job performance, not getting viewers. It's another thing to lose your job because you said something that, offends people. Okay, when, again, your job is to give your opinion. Everybody's not going to like your opinion, right? And unlike these people, I have no problems applying that principle to both sides of the aisle because I do believe in free speech, right? People can go on TV and say ignorant things, and I don't necessarily think that they should be fired for it. Okay, I don't necessarily think they should be fired for the ignorant things they say off the job either, right? I just did a video about a woman, saying crazy stuff, right? Hateful things about a police officer that died in his funeral, right? When the funeral was going on, she was saying all types of crazy stuff. She got fired for her job. I said in the video, I was like, hey, I don't necessarily like seeing people get fired from their jobs because of what she said, because of her free speech. But at the same time, this is what the left signs up for, right? This is what they want. And that same logic applies here. I don't like seeing Whoopi get suspended, but this is something that the left has endorsed. Right now, Whoopi herself, I believe she's come out against cancel culture. She actually said that, hey, cancel culture almost kept her from not having a career anymore after some comments she made about George Bush, right? So I think that personally she's against it. But at the same time, she hosts a show with a whole lot of people that do believe in it. She's on the side politically with a whole lot of people that do believe in it and or just pretends like it's not a thing, right? It doesn't exist. It's just a right-wing conspiracy. But as we can see, it's not a right-wing conspiracy. It's not. Cancel culture comes for everybody. That's what Jordan Peterson was trying to tell Ethan Klein. Cancel culture will come for everybody. And just because you're on the left or just because you're part of some type of minority group does not mean that you are excluded from the consequences of cancel culture. Okay? Doesn't mean you're excluded. Because you will say something, right? Somebody will say something about some group that people aren't going to like, and people say, okay, no. You have to be canceled. You have to be punished because you said something that we didn't like. It is what it is. But again, this is why I don't endorse cancel culture, right? This is why I'm like, okay, if somebody says something that you don't like, yes, it's okay to say, hey, you're wrong. I don't agree with you. But I don't think that you should be trying to tear down people's lives and to ruin their ability to make money, right, and to feed their families over something that they said. I don't believe in that. But I do believe it's okay to openly criticize what people say. I mean, that's what I do on my channel all day. I openly criticize what people say. But I don't call for people to be canceled. But who knows what's going to happen with The View and Whoopi. There's some people that actually wanted her fired. during this 2-week suspension, they can decide to just let her go permanently if the backlash and the outrage is too much. But I highly doubt it's going to happen, because I guarantee you there's going to be a whole lot of phone calls made to the producers at ABC in order to save Whoopi and her job and her career. So I think that she's going to be back, right? But again, I hope that this is a lesson, right? I hope this is a warning to the left that this is what y'all endorse, this is what y'all sign up for, and the pendulum will swing the other way and get you eventually. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.